Welcome back to ECW CyberSlam. This is episode number 27 and we begin uncharacteristically straight into a match. Not only is Rhino making his in-ring return to ECW, the Blue Meanie does also. He was available on the local talent screen. Rhino wins the match, of course, in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. He throws the Blue Meanie around the ring, beating him mercilessly before hitting a gore and picking up the 1-2-3, a 63 there for Rhino. So that is a really good starting point for him. Certainly puts him as one of the best 4 or 5 workers in the company, and hopefully when he's in better matches against better opponents, that rating will go up. As soon as the bell rings after the match, Sabu runs down from the back looking for revenge on Rhino, who gored him last week. A brawl breaks out between the two until Loki and Homicide come down to the ring and take advantage of the distracted Sabu. They grab each of his legs, and this allows Rhino to hit him with a gore when he gets free, leaving Sabu down on the canvas. Rob Van Dam runs down to help his friend, with Homicide and Loki leaving having done their bit, having got exactly what they wanted, having Sabu taken down. Rhino and Rob Van Dam go face to face in the ring. Rhino eyes locked on the ECW World title. Instead of fighting there and then, Rhino steps aside. He reminds Rob Van Dam that he has a match. That match is up next. Rhino leaves, but he doesn't head to the back. It seems that he is staying at ringside for Rob Van Dam's match. Van Dam beats Brent Albright in a 10-minute match. It's another good match, a 73 from Rob Van Dam, an okay 47 for Brent Albright, who hasn't been featured at all since the pay-per-view. A 63C rating is a very good second match of the night though, and it's 2 good performances already from those guys in the main storyline. Having watched Rob Van Dam throughout the match, Rhino springs into action as the bell rings, taking the ECW World title from ringside. He looks to steal the belt, which he perceives as not being the real ECW World Champion, but of course Rob Van Dam chases him down. The two brawl at the top of the ramp, Rhino getting in a shot that allows him to get away. Despite leaving with a title, it's clear that things are not over between the two for the night. Responding to Elijah Burke's words last week, we get a quick promo from Shelly Martinez, who tells him to bring it anytime. Take it from her, Kevin Fertig is always ready. The commentators then look back at footage from last week discussing the brawl between the Horsemen and Balls Mahoney, Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer, ending with the faces laid out around the ringside area. The Ripper particularly focused on Terry Funk, throwing him off the stage and severely injuring the veteran's hip. Moving on from the commentators, we are straight into the back. Rob Van Dam seems to have caught up with Rhino and the two are once again brawling in the back. Security have quickly got on the scene and managed to get between the two. In the brawl, the ECW World Championship is collected by a member of the security team and returned to the rightful owner, the recognised ECW champion, Rob Van Dam. The two men are then dragged away, seemingly being removed from the building. We're doing a lot better with the ratings tonight, I've noticed. That's another good rating between these two, and I'm expecting big things from the main event as well. Before that main event, Tommy Dreamer comes down to the ring, ready for his face-to-face with Raven, the first time these two men have spoken in years. The commentators put over their heatwave. Raven returned to ECW, saving Tommy Dreamer from retirement. Dreamer recaps this himself before Raven comes down to the ring. Raven explains that he feels just as dirty about what happened as Tommy Dreamer does, and assures that he didn't save him out of benevolence and kindness. He explains the torment that he'd watched Paul Heyman put Tommy Dreamer through, and said that it kinda made him jealous. He couldn't let Heyman end the career of Tommy Dreamer, because if anybody's gonna finish the job, it's gonna be him. Raven said that as much as he despises Tommy Dreamer, he wasn't going to see their career end without them facing off at least one more time. Tommy is unsurprisingly conflicted by this, but there is no time for him to get his word back in as the two men are jumped by 2 members of Paul Heyman's personal security team. While the attack is going on, Paul Heyman comes to the top of the ramp with a smirk on his face. He says that the heart-to-heart could wait, because next week, Tommy Dreamer and Raven will be in tag team action against the 2 men in the ring right now. So another good segment. Tommy Dreamer, Raven and Paul Heyman all doing a good job of improvising, and it's a 61C, so I'm pleased with that. We then get an interview with CM Punk before his match with Masato Tanaka. He puts over the honour of facing an ECW legend. He says that he saw Rhino and Rob Van Dam getting up to what they were doing earlier and being escorted out of the building, and he hopes they stay out of the way. As much as he wants his hands on Rhino, and he has no doubt that they'll face off in the future, tonight is a huge night for him. He wants to be 100% focused on his match with Tanaka, because if he takes his eye off the ball, he knows what Tanaka is capable of. A 71C+, this is a really good show, and if the main event can get a good rating, then we're looking at one of the best CyberSlams ever. Well, that's definitely I think that's the best match we've ever done by some distance. Superb wrestling, decent reaction only from the crowd, but CM Punk defeats Masato Tanaka in 14 minutes and 16 seconds by pinfall with the go to sleep. CM Punk making the third defense of his ECW World Television title. A 76 from CM Punk is really good. Tanaka with a 69. That's a great rating, but it's also disappointing because Tanaka will not re-sign with the company. He's a freelancer. I only signed him on a really short-term deal just for the pay-per-view. After he got such a good rating, I wanted to keep him, but turned out it wasn't possible. Maybe down the line he can come in again, and I'll definitely look to bring him in for at least 3, 6, or maybe even 9 months. A 78 B rating, a huge main event there, and this has got to be the best CyberSlam yet. After the match, CM Punk returns to his feet and celebrates on the top rope. The commentators put over a huge win for CM Punk against one of the toughest competitors that he will have ever faced. Punk understood this, of course, and wanted to show respect to his opponent, but was distracted during the handshake when his title didn't come back to him. We then saw at the ringside area that a hooded man, quite clearly Rhino, had snuck back into the building and stole the television championship from the ringside area. Rhino dragged what he considered to be the fake television championship behind him as Punk went after him in pursuit. As CyberSlam went off the air, Rhino appeared to have escaped with the TV title. A 70 C+ rating, a really good rating, increasing our popularity, of course, in 45 regions. I am so surprised by that main event, a 78 B rating. That is absolutely brilliant. Such a shame that Masato Tanaka is leaving, but Rhino doing really well, Raven with the good promos. We've definitely brought the roster up to another level since the pay-per-view, and things are definitely looking positive going forward into the next episodes of ECW CyberSlam. Next week, Raven returns to the ring. We'll see how good his in-ring performance will be as he teams with Tommy Dreamer, of all people, against Paul Heyman's personal security team.